Okay, can y'all hear me? I can't tell y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me. This stream y'all been tripping. Can y'all say something? Type of one or something. Hey. Oh man, this thing is tripping, man. Listen, it ain't let me do nothing over here. Hold on. Okay, so there, let me put myself up here. Okay, y'all bear with me, all right? Technical difficulties. That's because I haven't been up in here so long in a long time. Hang on one second. Let me cut this down. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna cut this all the way down. All right. I think the music is off now. Okay, now to the comments. Let me look in here in the comments, see if I can see y'all. Okay. Okay, we hear you. Okay, thank you, Salaya. Thank you so much. Listen, I hope everybody's having a good afternoon, a good evening, and y'all week has been good. Listen, so I was gonna try to wait till some people come in, but I know it's probably a whole lot of stuff going on this jigamabob, and I'm gonna do what I do, come in and come off, right? Okay, but I really wanted to talk about some things because stuff been on my mind. Stuff been on my mind, right? So, yeah, what I want to talk about is basically, y'all see the title. It says, "Looks Can Be Deceiving." And the reason why I made this title is because for the last, I say 2 days off and on, I've been watching some stuff that I don't normally watch, right? And the behavior of different children, the children nowadays and how they coming up, right? And then we talking about all the stuff that all the crimes and stuff that's going on and things that's happening. You notice a lot of young people are getting in trouble and just doing some crazy stuff with their life, right? So then it makes you ask yourself the question, who raised these children? Who raised these children? Now some people are gonna get mad, when I'm talking about this live stream because people don't like for you to talk about their children, you know, and every parent think, well, it ain't me, right? It's not me. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm the good parent. I'm the perfect parent. But let me tell you something. Something's not adding up, especially by looking at what we're looking at right now, the children and stuff. Now, let me say something right now. I'm glad that I have you people in my chat. And again, I don't care if it's just one person over here, because this subject has been pressing on me, and I wasn't going to even talk about it. But after I watched that stuff on television, this crime show, because I usually don't put that stuff in my spirit, but for some reason, this just kept coming across my timeline. So I said, let me pay attention to this. So I'm going to tell you the story real quick about just one of these people, one of these children. It was a young woman. She was just 21 years old, right? So she has 4 children. She moved into her apartment with these 4 babies. Now, the 3 children, the fathers are not present in their life, but on the fourth child, that father is. That was her baby. So she let the man move in with her, the baby's father, right? So we got the baby's mama, the baby's father. Hey, mom, how you doing, baby? Thanks for stopping by, babe. Yeah, I'm glad you came coming through. So look, so we got the baby's mama, the baby's daddy of the baby, right? So it's 4 children, the mama and the daddy of the baby, the infant, the small one. Okay, so what happened was they evidently got into an argument, right? And he's supposed to be going to the store, right? The guy said he going to the store. This is what the story that the lady told, the 21-year-old girl said. So he said, I'm going to the store. So when he get back from the store, She claims that she was at home. We went to her mama's house. She was at home. When he went to the store, he said he was gonna go get a soda. She was sitting on the porch and smoke her little cigarette, right? While the kids was inside. Let me tell you something. Evidently, what happened was there was an argument, and what she did was took a knife from the kitchen counter, cabinet, in the kitchen, one of those butcher knives. She went out there to his car when he pulled up from the store and stabbed him straight in the heart, got in the passenger side of the car and stabbed him straight in the heart. And it killed that man instantly, right? So she goes to jail. They interrogate her and all this stuff, right? She crying and just going crazy, right? And so she crying and all this stuff, and she's trying not to tell what really happened. She had all these long-winded, excuses. You know how they interrogate you. You got two white police officers, and this young woman was a black girl, 21 years old. Once again, four babies. To stab the man in the heart, but not confessing to it. Anyway, they found out that they had on camera, on video, because where her apartment complex is not far. And everybody in that apartment complex was telling people they argue all the time. They argue all the time. And she told the police, "Oh no, we had a good relationship. You don't think I'm cheating." But here's the moral of the story that really, really hurt me and broke my heart. Okay, so the girl that's getting interrogated, her mama came in when she found out that she was gonna be going to prison for life. She had a fit. She was crying. She was praying to God. She said, "Oh Lord, don't do me like this. Don't forsake me now." She praying to God while in the interrogation room with the two cops listening, looking at her. They leave out and let her mama come in. Nobody in that room, that little small box room that interrogate her in, but the mama and the little girl. You know what? That mama was holding her baby because she couldn't do nothing. She kept telling her to get herself together. You ain't got nobody. Get yourself together. You got the children, the mama crying and everything. Next thing I know, here come the daddy. So now we have the father and the mother in that house inside that interrogation room with that 21-year-old girl. And here's the thing, with Mr. Blue Eyes, that is the system. That's what Mr. Blue Eyes is. When they get their hands on your babies, mama and daddy render helpless. There is nothing you can do. And in this instance, the daddy looked like he just wanted to cry, but he was trying to, be strong. And the mama and the daughter, they kind of like hugging each other. "What's up, anyway? How you doing?" "Okay, go ahead, baby. All right." So mama and daddy, so the mama hugging the baby, and she just all over the floor and shit, crying, "Mama, don't let him take me to jail. Mama, 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 daddy, 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 daddy." Daddy sitting there holding his head in the chair because he knows she gone, right? Okay, so why I say all of this? Okay, I say all of this is because looks can be deceiving. Everything that you see sometimes in these people in the streets, like like the children and grown folks, it could be deceiving. You don't know what they've been through or going through. And if you're not raising your children the way that you should be raising your children, I'm just saying this for anybody. You can tell it ain't got to be y'all, it can be somebody you know. But if you're really not raising your children the way that you should be raising your children, then they can wind up in this type of situation and you can be helpless and can't do a damn thing about it. You're going to be stuck with in her situation, her mom is stuck with her children, right? The mom and dad is stuck with those children right there, more than likely they're gonna be the ones raising the kid, or either their dead sons, that guy that died that she's put that stab, her family, the children gonna be juggled all apart, messing up a whole generation of folks just because children, we're not raising them the way we should. And what do I mean by raising them the way we should? Well, see, because everybody have different parenting styles, right? But one thing we do know, if you teach your children not to have love for money, not to have love for sex, and not to have love for drugs, because those are the three main things that unalive people. That this is why the world get destroyed over those three things: money, sex, and drugs. That's the major issue, right? And if you can teach your children not to get involved with stuff like that, to have or lust for it or love for it, then they will be here a long time. And also teach them to respect one another, respect other people. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays we don't do that. I see a lot of children with all these brand new tablets, these new telephones. The telephones newer than the parents. The parents already got to pay all these bills, right, just for them to live. Light, water, gas, insurance, car note, all these different kinds of bills that parents have. Why would you spend money like that on your children on things that could get them caught up in this world and all this old unnecessary stuff? We spending money on the wrong things. And a lot of parents, we gotta confess. A lot of us parents, hey Dimple D, a lot of parents, you know what we doing? We so caught up in our relationships that we overlook the babies. You know, we could be caught up in relationships with your spouse or whatever, your boyfriend or girlfriend. We caught up in politics. We caught up in the job because the job getting on our nerves and what's going on the job and the people in the job. We caught up with everything in our bills. So a lot of times we don't have time for our children. We're not making that time for them, right? And so we got children that can go in our room, shut the door, and make things that they're not supposed to make. The boom, 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 right? You don't know what these children thinking. You don't know who they talking to on the phones and stuff like that. You figure they not bothering me. Let them get out your face for a minute so you can have your little sip, sip, or watch a TV show, relax. But that's not right because we're dropping the ball. And and let me tell you why we're dropping the ball. Let's look at the adults today. Let's look at the adults today, right now. You can tell who was raised right and who wasn't raised right. And I know you saying you might be thinking, well, yeah, once you raise a child, ain't nothing else you can do. They can go astray and do what they're gonna do, but they wouldn't go far from what's right. Now that you teach them the right thing, because it wouldn't rest well with their soul. Their conscience would eat them up. Because I know when we were growing up, let me tell you something. I saw on this thing another story. I saw where this boy child, told his mama she was talking to him and telling him he need to do this and need to do that, and he straight up said, "You're a liar." Can you imagine a 12-year-old boy? If you was 12, or because it was a 12-year-old boy telling his mama that she was a liar and she ain't do nothing about it. She said right there and argued with the kid. I can't even imagine saying no stuff like that to my parents. Man, they say something to you one time and you better listen. You better listen just that one time. You'll never do that again. But anyway, it's just like a lot of us grown people right now, and you look at the ones that's showing their ass, that's doing mischievous stuff, that's wishing harm on people, that's just being cunning, that's unaliving people, that's stealing from people, that's doing everything that they're not supposed to do and know it in their heart that it is wrong, doing that to people. Let me tell you something. It's because they were one of the children in the room. They were one of the children that parents dropped the ball. Because I don't believe that nobody would grow up being an adult, unaliving somebody or doing something treacherous, to somebody. But all these stories, all of these stories, every one of these stories on here, I'm telling you, it's crazy. And I really believe it's a product of your environment, who raised you, who spent that time with you. Who spent that time with you? So that's a bad reflection on the parent. And everything, let me tell you something, everything that goes back, if you think about everything that's going on for real, and you go back and look at them parents, half of the time they had issues in their life. And that's why a lot of people shouldn't have children. I'm just sorry. I'm gonna say it. What you said, Dimity, you said we were too afraid to even think of saying something like that, Miss Joe. Nowadays, these kids, they don't fear nothing. They don't fear a thing. They do not, and that's for sure. That's for real. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And see, and this is something too. It's nothing wrong with allowing your children to express themselves, because a lot of children, they have a lot of thoughts. Because I was that kid. I always had some thoughts, and I wanted the grown folks to answer questions. Half of the questions that I had for them, they couldn't even answer them, right? But at least they allowed me to ask questions, right? But and another thing too, if you can't answer the questions that your children have, find somebody that can. Just find somebody that can answer them. Would you say, anyway? I never disrespect my mom, no matter what. I was afraid. I just respected that. I know. I'm telling you. Listen, let me tell you something. My father was the type, he could put fear in you. His voice alone would put fear in you. He would, it was two boys and two girls. Y'all know the story. It's four of us, right? My oldest brother passed away, but um, my father his voice was like thunder. If he said something, it would vibrate through your body. This his voice tone. You knew when you messed up, right? You just knew it. It was like, no, you just knew better. You knew it. And my mom, she always was pleasant, always had that pleasant voice. And you could push her a little further than you could my father. But when my father came around, listen, you could hear a rat piss on cotton. And it was, and people would say, what you going, why would kids be scared of your dad? We weren't scared of him. We just knew to respect him in a way that he wanted to be respected. You won't go run around the house and act all wild. You will have your chores and stuff done. You will have everything you're supposed to have done, homework done, all of that. It was law and order. And every child needs that. Every child needs that, whether they get it from the mother or the father. They need discipline and instructions. Because if not, you'll have a whole lot of people dressed up, looking good and all of that, but demon seeds. We are basically walking around with a whole bunch of grown folks that were demon seeds as children. This is what the point I'm trying to make. It's a lot of demon seeds, grown folks that were children that's doing what they're doing. Now it looks like this thing done stop. Okay, it looked like this thing go. It didn't stop. I thought y'all couldn't hear me for a minute because that little thing kept messing up. Hey, Cutnish, thank you, baby. I know that's right, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you being in the bushes. All is well. Yes, all is well. I just wanted to pop on here because I just wanted to just because it was just bothering me. It was just bothering me to see all these children, and it's not just one. It's like one after another. They unaliving people. One child on here uh, killed his whole family. This boy was only 16 years old. He was mad at his father. His father was a lawyer. His mother had her own real estate business, and she was working from home. He had two little brothers underneath him, and himself, right? And his brother, the two little brothers, one was 8 and the other one was 7, 7 years old. He was mad because he said his father was too hard on him and would embarrass him in front of his friends, right? So he planned to unalive his dad, and he did it. His father was sleeping on the sofa one night. The mama was upstairs in the bedroom. She was asleep, and the two boys was upstairs sleeping. He came right on in from playing with his friends out in the street. He came right on in, wanted no drugs or nothing. He went to his daddy's gun cabinet and took the gun out of the cabinet, stood over his daddy for a few minutes before he decided to pop him in the head with that thing. Then he went right on up the steps and did his mama next with no problem, and went and did his two little brothers that was in the same room sleeping. And then he went right on out that daggone house like did nothing ever happen. Hey, Miss Callis, thanks everybody for coming in. I appreciate seeing y'all. Listen, man, and I'm telling you, I watch story after story like that. And I'm telling y'all, I don't watch news. I don't watch none of this crazy mess. I never do that because I don't like that stuff in my spirit. But for some reason, that happened 2 days in a row. That stuff kept coming to me. And so my spirit say, you know what? You have to watch this because it's a message in this madness. What? Because I don't believe nothing, stuff don't happen for a reason, right? And I was thinking, I said, well, everybody on this YouTube space that I'm in, these people, most of y'all have grown children. So, but I want this message to go to if y'all know somebody or anybody knows somebody that have children, right? And they feel like they're overwhelmed or they feel like it's too much for them or whatever. Speak to them, try to help them, mentor them if you can. Because I'm telling you, we are raising a bunch of demon seeds, period. Look at the grown folks today. Look at all the grown folks around you today. What do you see? You can find maybe a handful of people that's respectful, that's pleasant, that's not stressed out, that's even killed, right? That's enjoying their life. But the majority are having a hard time. Why? Why? They're wanting what other people have. They want money. They want sex. They want drugs. And the reason why I'm saying these three things is because what I found out is, in doing a little research, those are the three things, the major reasons why people are unalived and why we have problems in this world. It's because of sex, money, and drugs. Let's think about this. All of these things, the money, root of all evil, sex, Oh, listen, somebody messing with somebody else's husband and somebody doing this and somebody doing. You see what I'm saying? Oh, thank you for the gifted cutting edge. I appreciate it. You know, somebody doing it to somebody's husband. You get what I'm saying? It's that's people get caught up in, in that, what they call that, when somebody, oh, crimes of passion. You know, that's a big problem. And what do drugs do? The first thing that's doing right there is that's putting you out of your mind, taking you out of your body, not letting you be the keeper of your mind and having your right actual thoughts, right? But you can't use that when you go in and get in that interrogation room. You can't say, "Well, I loved him and it was a crime of passion." That's not how the law works, you know? So I'm just saying, people, I think everybody, I'm so glad right now that I have grown children and my children are not small coming up in this, and, kind of like in this world right now, you know? And being a parent is not easy. That's the hardest thing anyone could ever do. It's not easy because, first of all, you have to give up you, all of you to them. Every last bit of you to what you born and came, what you put in this world. Your main focus is supposed to be on them and them alone. Them alone. You can't be going to no club shaking your ass and all this kind of stuff. You can't be taking no trips and stuff around the world when you and leaving your babies with other folks, kin folks or not. You have to take them with you. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays you can't trust family. Because family don't even mean you well. Some family, and look at all these kids that Miss Collins said, look at all these kids, uh look at all of these fights at the kids' graduation. Yeah, right. And see, and that's supposed to be a happy time. People supposed to be happy, when they graduate and stuff like that. And just think about how the struggle to get them to graduate. Think about the kindergarten and the daycare centers that you sent your children to, and all that money you don't invested in your children, and then you go to graduation, hoping that you can enjoy your children's graduation by, taking pictures and stuff like that. Then you got some ignorant parent that don't raise some children that's baby kids, and so that mess up everybody's whole day or function, and that's supposed to be a happy time. Same with weddings. When people grow, when these children, they children, but they get married, they get grown and they get married. You have them having fights at weddings. You have them having fights at funerals. I'm asking, who raised these children? Who raised these children to be these grown demon seeds? See, all of this stuff that's happening, that's bad, it goes back to the parent. I don't care what nobody say. It goes back to the parent. And people say, well, you could be a single woman and raising children. You could be a single man and raising children. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: you cannot single-handedly do nothing by yourself. Somebody is helping you somewhere. You need that help. If it's, I mean, I don't care if it's just a little bit of help. If somebody, you're a single mom or something like that. If somebody just watch your kids get off the school bus while you at work and made sure they get in the house, you still needed somebody. We all need each other. We can't do this shit by ourselves. It's hard, you know. And I'm a empty nester right now. And right now I feel like a lost puppy running around like, what the hell? My dog's like, can you get your children, your grown children to come back? Because you worrying us to death, all these baths you giving us and clipping us and they like hugging on us. They like, can you please get your grown children back home? See, because I'm telling you, it's just like a void. And I just want people to really take caution, and especially these young folks. Y'all tell these young folks, before they decide to have babies and things like that, make sure that they know what they're up against and what they have to face. And it's not a death sentence or a jail sentence, but it do take a part of your life away from you where you cannot, it's refocusing your life. It's not taking nothing away, it's refocusing. And the focus is on the child to raise them so that if something happened to you, that they will be able to live in this world and be able to make it in this world on their own without you, you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying and to tell you the truth, listen, that is our generation that we're raising. And see, a lot of people think, and I know we're gonna get into a little bit. I'm not trying to get into the Bible, Christianity, or none of that stuff. But listen, one thing we know that we're here on this earth. We don't know where we're going. We know where we was told we going. We never been there. We ain't never been there. So you never know who hands you're gonna fall into when you get sick, mama or daddy. You just don't know. You don't know who hands you're gonna fall in. Would you want to fall in the hands of your children if something happened to you? Some of these children could care less about their sick mama or daddy. Once they get grown, they out your house, they going about your business. Some of you parents, and I don't mean no harm, some of y'all probably don't even get a phone call from them unless they want something from you because they're in trouble or need some money, right? I mean, come on now. We got to be real about this shit. We dropping the ball as parents. I'm just saying, we dropping the ball, right? So, but looks can be deceiving because you see a mama daddy with two children or four, five of them, everybody all cleaned up, dressed all nice, and they out shopping or maybe going to the movies or doing some type of family function. Listen, all of that could be just show because you never know what's going on behind them closed doors. I'm sure it's terror behind them closed doors because I've seen it by looking on this television stuff and also knowing people in real life. They'll come out with fronting like everything is cool and all that stuff and everything good, and the man up there beating the woman up, beating her ass with the children listening to him. You know. So I'm just saying. And I've also seen it where the women are cheating on the husband. They go into service and they going out in the field, go be in the field for 30 days. Sometimes they stay for they do a little tour and go in the field, meaning that they leave the home, they pack all that stuff, they leave the wife there, they leave the children if they have a child, and the wife wind up with some of the soldiers staying back. The platoon don't go into the field, some of them stay back on the base, some of them go in the field for that training. Half of those women, or the majority of them, are having sex with some of their coworkers, their army buddies. Yeah, I've seen all of that. Some of them have babies by them too. I even know a woman to this day that her husband think that the baby is his and it ain't even his. It's from the man that she met over in Germany, and he going on about his business with more children in another family in another state. Listen, look, y'all, shit, shit. I'm just saying, they will. And anyway, you're right. They'll send you in a nursing home in a heartbeat. And I've worked in nursing homes too. I sure have. And I can remember waiting on people in the nursing home and stuff, and they never seeing their family members come. Then you had some that just come once a month. And when they do, it be on a Sunday at the same time, just enough time to come in there to see if that person is doing okay or if the nursing home is neglecting them so they can sue them or some shit. Not because they love the parent so much. You know, it's just raggedy, y'all. It's raggedy. But then I ask myself this question: what did this person do as a mother towards this child for that child to feel the way that they feel? You see what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. It's sad as hell. It's sad. It's sad. I'm just saying. I know I can remember a time when I was growing up, hell, we used to have the hospital bed in the rooms, at home, in the house. We ain't send nobody to no nursing home. People would take turns, take shifts to take care of our folks. I mean, shit, ain't nobody gonna love yours like you in the way you love them. Nobody, right? But I just wanted to bring this. I just wanted to come up here with this live stream just to let y'all know that the reason why we having all of these problems right now in this whole entire world and has always had these problems, is just a little bit more, I guess, more in your face now. It's more in your face. I guess because we had the internet and all that stuff. When we had the televisions, like we had news channels 6, 8, and 12. So and then it would go off at 12 o'clock at night. You get the little flag flying and the little music going. That was in the television for us, right? And carry your ass to bed on the weekend. But now you can see everything. And it's like to me, it's like a brand new world that's opened up. And it's like, well, damn, all these children, they're being bad like that. The mom and dad are letting them get away with this kind of stuff. It's like, what the hell is going on? And y'all, you know what too? It's the drugs and stuff too that they doing and the food and everything that the parents are feeding them. It's just crazy. As parents, we really have to wake up and tell people. We got to talk to people about this thing. I'm telling you. Oh, thank you, Russell. I can see you today. I'm on my laptop, Russell. That's why it took me so long to get up. This damn thing kept dropping me. Love and respect you, Miss Yo Thoughts. Keep giving us real life speech, Yo Thoughts. Yo, yo, aka Bust Like Big Mama. Love you once again. Thank you, Russell Red. I love you too. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I really do appreciate y'all. And you see, that's what I was saying earlier. I said, I didn't know whether I want to do this live stream or not because most of y'all have grown children. You know what I mean? Everybody grown. But I just know there's gonna be somebody that's gonna hear me because it's been tugging at my heart. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. When I saw that 21-year-old girl in the chair, my daughter just turned 27. And when I saw that 21-year-old girl in the chair with her knees curled up in like a fetal position, and her mama holding her, and they both was crying because the mama knew she was gone, and she had life for stabbing her so-called boyfriend. What does she know about love at that age like that? To stab somebody in the heart, right? But the mama was, and she had 4 babies, and the mama was holding her. And when the daddy came, he was tall in stature, you know. He kind of reminded me of my father. Tall, I mean, real. My father was tall, a strong man. You know, he was, and he had that voice of thunder, you know. And it's funny too because y'all know how TJ talk with his voice, his sound, how his voice sound. My daddy voice was stronger than his. My daddy was like, and that's why when it was said that I'm scared of TJ because he yelled at me. Listen, let me tell you something. He ain't got nothing going on with my daddy voice. My daddy would say, Gussie, did you hear what I told you, gal? You know better than that, gal. I ain't gonna tell you but one more time. And my daddy voice was like, brr. It was like, yes, sir. I shit. That's all he had to do was open his mouth. Okay. But when that daddy came in that room, back to the story, when that daddy came in that room, y'all, he was tall too. But this man sat in the chair. He sat down in the chair and he put his hand on his head. And then the mama went to the daddy after she unhugged, she stopped hugging the baby and she went to the daddy because he just didn't know what to do. And she sat in the daddy, he put her in his lap. The daddy put the mama in his lap and he hugged her and she cried. The mama cried like a baby in the daddy's arm. Ain't that some shit? And I'm like, the system got their hands on that little girl that's 21 years old with 4 children. And all of her children were under 8 years old. All of them. And she got life in prison. I said, God damn. I mean, even if you had money, you couldn't get them out of there. You said, I love that deep voice. My uncle had deep voice too. My dad is soft spoken. Yeah, my dad, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, shit. And my dad, my dad, I'm telling you, and he was, I mean, he was loud. One time, let me tell y'all the story quick. What I found about this. This is a little bit off the topic, but it's still talking about my daddy, right? So my daddy was mad at his sister, right? His baby sister and he was upstairs. We had like 3-story house. So here I am, in my little fast says, I know I'm all nose. I want to see what's going on. I hear daddy upstairs yelling. So I'm like, what he hollering at? Who up there? Everybody else was downstairs and stuff, right? So I go upstairs and we got 17 steps. I'm going all up this 17. I'm just skipping my little ass up there. And I saw after at the top of the steps, if you look to your left when you get to the top of the steps, and down the hallway, you can see all the way down the end of the hallway, you can see my mom and dad's bedroom. And he had the door open. And y'all remember those dresses with the big mirror on the back of them big vanity mirrors? Well, it was a great big vanity mirror. And my daddy was on the phone, and the phone had the cord to it, one of them long ones, them long cords. And he was mad at his sister. And he said, and I'm telling you his voice, I wish I could do his voice because it was so strong. But just imagine TJ's voice at 10 times. He was like, where you at, Anna? Where you at? And he took his fist and punched it through the mirror. And then I was like, Daddy. And when he turned to see me, he was like, go back downstairs now. My ass, and I was skinny there, y'all see? I was look, I went flying down the steps, but instead of me running in the steps, I got on the banisters, the pole of the banisters, and it was wooden. I slid down the steps so I can get down there faster. So I can get down there faster. Yeah. But she really pissed him off. And later I asked my mom, I said, Mama, why was daddy so mad at Anna? And my mama said, stay out grown folks' business. Guess what I said? Yes, ma'am. And I don't know to this day why he was so mad at her. I said, yes, ma'am. Yeah, but I'm just saying, y'all, just imagine your baby's getting in trouble and you can't do nothing about it. That's like a death because I would feel like, listen, can't nobody tell my babies what to do. You know, I'm the one that raised them. I should be the one, just give them to me. I'll correct them, you know. but it don't work like that no more. Hell yeah, anyway, look, I got on the damn balances. I went fly, sliding right down the balance. I was like, right on there. I slipped my balance right on down the damn balance. I hurried up and got out there the way. Yeah, but that's the kind of man he was. He was like he would correct you. And my mom, she'll say something to you more than one time. My mama would say something to you like more than one time. She wasn't like she let kids be kids. You could flip around and jump around and shit like that and be kind of like, because it didn't bother my mama. She'd be humming, cleaning up the house and all that kind of stuff. And we four of us running wild, wrestling with each other and shit. It didn't bother her as long as we weren't in her way. But when my daddy came, boy, listen, it was so bad that we would run upstairs and get on the roof of the house, the front roof of the house in my bedroom. We'll pull my window up that long window and get on the roof and do the lookout. Cause we know it's time for daddy to come. One of us looking out, we down there showing off. When we give the signal, hey come daddy, everybody passing the word, hey come daddy, hey come daddy. Shit, when daddy come home, we reading books and shit. We in our room reading books. We putting puzzles together and shit. We doing all of that. Yeah, we ain't showing off when daddy get home. Basically because my daddy was a hard ass worker. And sometimes he wanted to come home and he didn't want a whole lot of noise. Y'all go outside and play. Y'all can play as long as you want. Just don't go out this damn block. When that damn street light come on, bring your black ass home. And he would say it just like that. And you bet not be late either. You said I remember when I was coming up, we kids had to leave the room when adults. You daggone right. You better not be an earshot. But that's why I knew better too. And I heard my ass upstairs. But he was hollering so loud, I knew he was mad. And I saw everybody downstairs. So I'm thinking, who he talking to? I was being nosy. I always been a nosy kid. You can just tell me nothing without having me. I had to see. And told me to go downstairs. Shit. He said the one time. That's all he, that's all, that's all we needed. Well, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all coming through. Thank you, Cutting Edge, for the gift. And thanks everybody for coming, just even typing and participating and typing and talking to me. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do better, y'all, about coming on here. It's just that I'm just getting adjusted. I'm trying to adjust to just being the empty nester, just me and hubby again. And I was telling her we came full circle because like we was together with no children for 10 years, just traveling the world, and stuff like that. Him in the service, we had no babies. We was footloose, fast and free, just traveling, moving around state to state and country to country and then get back home and settle, have two babies, and my son turned 30 on January the 30th. He turned 30 years old. So for 30 years I was raising babies and just focusing on making them productive citizens, right? And now they both got their own shit. They both doing good. And now let me say something too. I want to make this clear. My children are not angels. I'm not saying all this to say my kids are angels, but I can say they ain't never unalive nobody. They ain't never been to no jail, none of that kind of crazy shit. And if you meet them, they'll be respectful and they'll know that you're the elder, you're older than them, they will respect you. So in that instance, and they know who God is. They know that they got God in them. They know that. And they also know not to be lovers of money, sex, and drugs. Now, my thing is, if they get into any trouble, while I'm here living or when I'm gone, it ain't my fault. When I close my eyes, I can be at peace because I gave them everything that I had. What was that? The love, the nurturing, the guidance. You know what I'm saying? And what they gave me in return was respect. That's all a parent can ask for, right? That's all we can ask for. So I do understand that there are some children that may go astray and not do what their parents tell them to do, because it's their life, right? But at the same time, if you give them that ground foundation, they're not going to stray too far. They definitely not going to stray too far. Because I've even given my children some type of advice when it comes to like little financial stuff. And they ask me, Mama, what you think I should do? And when they ask me that, I give them my advice. And I said, first I ask them, what do you think you should do? Right? What is your solution? I let them rack their brains until they can't rack it no more. And then they'll say, well, Mama, what you think? And when they ask me what I think, I tell them, right? And sometimes they'll do the opposite. But when they do the opposite, they come back and say, Mama, you know what? You was right. You was right. See, and I respect that, and not just because they say I'm right, it's because they realize they did something wrong. You see what I'm saying? And so you can't go through life thinking that you're always right as a parent. Because again, we make mistakes too, you know, and we do need to listen to our children too. We need to listen. Hey, riders, yeah, we need to listen to our children too and let them be able to express themselves. You know, we need to know what they're thinking. So, because sometimes kids ain't gonna even talk to you because the first thing you'll do is shut them down. You know, you're gonna shut them down. You come home from work, you tired as shit. You don't had a hard day at work, and they come and talk about some stuff in school. Sally Mae did this, and Peter Bob did this. But we need to stop and listen to what they're saying because they're telling you something. It may be something where they won't have to go to no school and do no bang, bang, bang up to a school and shit. You know, it's just some crazy shit. But anyway, whew, Lord, y'all, I'm just saying. I know I'm talking fast, but it's just because I'm a little upset, and I wish because I feel for people. They call this thing an empath. I don't know what you call it. I just know I was feeling people's emotions, and that's another reason why I don't like looking at shows and stuff like that because I feel helpless because I can't help them people that's losing them babies, you know. But we do have demon seeds. I guess that's why it's good and evil in this life. So as long as we as human beings try to let our good outweigh our bad, then hey, we've lived a good life, you know? And I always told my children too, when you get ready to die, when you're gonna die or something like that, you know, what would people say at your funeral? What do you think people would say at your funeral? You know? When they say here lies a good person, or here lies some, they ain't gonna tell. Most of the people lie. Most of those preachers lie when you go to funerals over people's bodies. When you go there, they'll say, "Oh, this was a good person. That person probably was the nastiest person." Some people are that they talk all this good shit about when they go on that ground, especially if you knew them. They was, oh, this was a good person. This person went to church all the time, and this person did. That person showed their ass, cussed like a sailor, stole from people, back, talk back behind people's back, wish you harm, all kinds of shit. And they say all that good stuff at people at the funeral. you know, I just want somebody to tell the truth about me, why I'm living. Tell the truth about me. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, let me drop the link and see if y'all want to talk to me real quick. I can do that. I ain't got shit to do. You know what? I just opened me a shooter, y'all. I think I'm gonna drink that, which I want. Let me see if I can drop this. Let's see how I did it before. Okay, where's this shit at? Hey, it's been a minute. Is this the thing right here? It's supposed to be in. Oh, it's up here. Is it right here? Hold on, y'all. I gotta figure this thing out, y'all. it this it's been a minute, y'all. You know this is a shame because the last time I talked to y'all, I was on this iPad, and all you have to do is just click a couple of buttons. I think this said present. I don't want to present nothing. I just want to invite. Let me see if this is. Oh, y'all, if I F something up, y'all don't be mad at me. Hold on. Let's see. Is this the thing? Do I go in here with a little person? Shit. I don't know, y'all. Oh, here it is. Might be right here. Hold on. I thought I saw my Shirley in this chat. Did I see my Shirley? I might mess something up, y'all. Let's see. It looked like it's trying to do something. Hold on, y'all. What you laughing at me because y'all laughing at me. You laughing at me because what you laughing at me for? Because I talk about if I can see if I can, I know I can do it, but I don't see the thing that said invite. It said present or invite. So I'm gonna hit this thing right here. Shit. It ain't let me do. I told y'all this thing ain't let me want to come on here. And you know what? I think it's because I haven't paid these people. I ain't been on StreamYard and I don't know when. I will not be giving them up 66 50 $60 a month and don't come on this thing like that. Oh hell no. High as shit is. Oh no, y'all know we ain't doing that. I'm hitting this thing, y'all. It ain't letting me do it. I don't know why. Wonder why. Let me see. I think I see something happening. Something happening. Hold on. I don't know. I hit invite and it ain't doing it, y'all. I want y'all to, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Invite guests. Okay. Invite guests. I hit that. Oh, I got it, y'all. Okay. I'm copying it. I'm gonna go down here. Okay. All right. I said I'm gonna go down here now. Okay. Then I'll go down here. Uh-huh. Is it cursor? Okay. Okay. There you go. It should do it. Come on. Come on. Do it. Okay. I think it's, there you go. There you go. Hey, y'all see it? Let me do it again. Let's see if it'll do it again. I did it that time. Let me do it again. See if it'll do it. Hit it again. So y'all, if y'all want to come up and talk, y'all can. Y'all come up and talk. What y'all think about this stuff? Do y'all think we raising a bunch of demon seeds? I do have it cut it edge. I'm good. I got it. I got it. I think and the reason why I think that we people are raising a bunch of, I was gonna say, yay. I know, right? Listen, it'd be a minute. I'd be fighting. I have to remember when I don't do stuff in a while. One lady, I did the video the day I made of the potatoes, y'all. Um, one lady said, "We can't hear you." She typed it on the in the comments, and I was like, "Oops, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do better the next time." Because when I be doing them videos, y'all, I just be concentrating on what I'm doing and not realizing or thinking about. I be talking to y'all like y'all know what I'm saying, like. So I'm gonna have to slow down with it and get a little closer and do better with the camera and things like that. You know. I planted a whole bed of watermelon. I told you I was gonna come back on here and do it, but I didn't have time. It was getting hot out there. I was like, shit. You said some are demon seeds. We got to keep praying for these babies. Anyway, hell yeah, we do. Hell yeah, we definitely do because those demon seeds, those babies, grow up to be what we have right now. You dig? What you're seeing is a bunch of grown babies that were demon seeds. I'm talking about they either listen, they either had their way as children and didn't have the proper guidance, or either they lost their way. Some people can have the proper guidance being growing up, and they decide that they're going to do something totally different, out of the norm, thinking that that's the better route. But 9 times out of 10, those same people that do that have to go back to mama or daddy or whoever raised them to ask for help. They have to come and suck sorrow in some kind of way. It's no way around it. It's only two roads in life. It's right or wrong. Period. And when I say right or wrong, it's not always like the right or wrong, like when I say right or wrong, it's like it's your right and your wrong, right? Because everybody live differently. Everybody live different. Everybody think differently. But you can bet assure, you can rest assured, if you go the wrong way, you're going to be introduced to Mr. Blue Eyes. What is that? That's the court system. And once Mr. Blue Eyes get his hands on you, I'm telling you, my grandfather said this. He told all of us. He said, never. He told my dad and them that, and that's something that was passed down in our family. Don't let Mr. Blue Eyes get his hands on you. And then people will say, well, you don't be scared of no white man. You're scared of no white man. No, we talking about Blue Eyes, that justice system, because that justice system don't always work for you. It don't. It just don't. And then number one, you can't afford it. Just like my mama was saying on the other day in that video that we had when we're talking about insurance and how family members be jealous of you and all this different kind of stuff, and they be counting your pockets and things. Well, 9 out of 10, our people, we don't have much, right? And the little bit that we have to stretch it. And it's for what we need to live. We don't have extra to put stuff up for people. Some of our family members don't even own homes where they can't put a house up there for your bond. Shit, they living in apartments. Some of them can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, the demon seeds that's going out here doing shit that they ain't got no business. They depending on those people that they probably don't even speak to, when they get in trouble, to put that whole goddamn house up after they done worked all their life to get something, and they may skip town on their ass and they lose everything. People ain't doing that shit. Not black folks. They're not doing that. Tell me when I lied. Shit. Tell me when I lied. I'm just saying. Yeah, but anyway, do y'all know anybody? Do y'all know of anybody, excuse me, in a situation where their children, they can't get their kids out of jail because they done went too far? Do y'all know of people? I just took me a sip of that. I bet you every one of us knows somebody that's in trouble and needs some help from family members that ain't nobody got shit. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. It's even been situations I know, right, Miss Connor, because it's even been situations in my family wherein somebody needed to pay for a mortgage or something, and didn't have all that money together, and couldn't even depend on family to help them because everybody else was so strapped in their own shit. If they help them down, they'll fall. You see what I'm saying? So we listen. The whole deal is we don't have time for no shit like that. We got too much to worry about. Raising these children like we supposed to raise them, and make sure we have enough for our own families. You know what I'm saying? And if we can help you, we can help you. But we can't. We can't. Just try to live right and do right shit. If you live right and do right, uh, God will send you somebody. He always send you somebody. It might not be your family, but He'll send you somebody. Our job is to basically to do what we're supposed to do for these babies. And I know, like I said, a lot of people will probably be mad when they hear me talk like this, but because they don't like when you talk about your children. But some of y'all got some bad ass children or raised some bad ass children. You know you slipped as a parent. And you might as well just confess you slipped. Most people that do all that arguing about I'm a good mama, I'm a this, I'm a good. No, they the main ones that done did some shit that they weren't supposed to do when it came to raising them children. And now half of the time the children don't even speak to you. And that's sad. That's the price you just have to pay. You know, treat these babies right because they didn't ask to be here. Period. Just treat them right. And if they come out looking like that daddy, well, you chose them. So they both will look like them. Because I can remember before you could get married, you used to have the blood, you had to take blood tests to see to make sure that you ain't number one, that you don't have sickle cell or you don't have the trait. You know, they took blood tests back in my day when I got married. Everybody had to take blood tests. Now everybody just they not even get married, which is no big deal. But I'm saying because a commitment is a commitment whether you married or not. But when you say, yeah, yeah, Lord, baby kid, yeah, shit. I mean, you can still go in the store and see that kind of shit. And I'm gonna tell you what I do too, and I shouldn't do it. But when I see a child showing out and showing that high pass in the store, I used to go early in the morning and get my stuff and come on away from there. But if I happen to go in the store and I see a little baby showing off and that parent be right there, all I do is just look at the baby. I don't smile. I don't do nothing. And the baby look right at me and know damn well that they showing off and they straight right up. I don't even open my mouth. I just look at it. I look at it. I look right at the baby. Because you can see they don't know no better because their parent don't have them control. So that's why they show that ass. And to me, it's nothing wrong with tapping that ass either. It ain't nothing wrong with it, but every child don't need that. Some children you can talk to. You know, you can just say what you got to say to them, and they'll straighten right on up. But then you have some that be defiant, and you just have to figure out which way or how you would punish them, as far as taking something from them or whatever. You know what I mean? Restricting them from television or some shit. You got to figure out a way. That's our job. That's why it's so hard. You know, Miss you, I do that too. I do that all the time. When they showing up, and I can see they playing around a little bit. That's no problem. That don't bother me. But when I know they showing up, I'll continue to shop. But but I'll just look at them. I don't get them no nasty look. I just look at them. I just look right at them. It's like I can see through that little soul, and they know damn where they showing up. They tighten right on up. They might start acting a little shy when you do that. They get a little shy for you. They may start rocking a little bit. Put a little hand in their mouth or something. They may give you a little smile. If you give me a smile, I smile right on back. And keep right on going where I'm going. I'm like, look at you like you show your ass. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. But anyway, y'all, let me get off of this thing. I'm just running my mouth now, though. But I miss y'all. I miss talking to y'all. And y'all know I don't be jumping all in the chats and shit because I did. I went into Kwame's chat. I went into Rodney chat. But most of the time I stay out the chats because listen, I don't have no time for no bullshit. And I'm not arguing with no grown folks. Okay? I'm not arguing with no grown folks. I got too much shit to do and too much shit going on to be arguing, wasted energy. I cannot do that. But listen, y'all carry on. Y'all have fun. I'll peep from the bushes. I'll hit the like button. Hey, I'm still watching from the bushes here and there. But right now, it's It's not harvest season. It's planting season, and that's what my main focus is. Because y'all listen, look, look, look. I don't need to tell y'all. Y'all know what it is. When you go to that supermarket, that shit is off the chain. It's gonna get worse before it get better. So we better start concentrating on feathering our damn nest. And what I mean by that, getting everything that you think you need before that shit starts rocketing. It's already high as gas. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, get everything you need. Just don't even panic. Just get the shit that your family eat and need. That's all you have to do. Focus on that. If you don't get about 2, 3 things a week, get as much as you can. And main thing, the most important thing, y'all, pay your rent. Always pay that overhead. Always pay that overhead. Is everything else get cut off, you'll still be able to make it. Why? I'm gonna help y'all know. I'm gonna teach to you. Pay that mortgage, pay that rent, okay? Pay those two things. Don't even worry about the damn car. Shit, get a bicycle. Shit. I'm trying to tell y'all. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all the story and I'm gonna let y'all go. Speaking of the car, I can remember I had got a car. I was at work, working hard as hell. People worrying me to death on my damn last nerve. I was working in the real estate assessor's office. That's where I was working. That's what I was doing. I go by and appraise property and stuff like that. Okay, but I was at the office that day. I'm on the phone, y'all. People just plucking my nerves, telling me they got this more inches in the look. I was like, okay, being real nice. Hang up the phone, and somebody called. Bill collector. Person I supposed to be paying my car payment, right? It was due that day, the day that I got paid. Listen, I hadn't went to the bank or nothing. I was at work. You know what I told the people? I said, let me tell you something. I get off at 5 o'clock. I should be home by 5:45. Meet me there with the tow truck. Come and get this shit. I let them come and get their shit. They repossessed it. I took all my shit out and they came and got it. They was first it was on the phone saying, "Oh no, 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 no. We can make I said I don't want to make arrangements on shit because anytime somebody gonna call me and gonna worry me about some shit that I owe them and I'm not behind or nothing. And you know what I'm saying? It was that day. I hadn't even, I was still at work. You see what I'm saying? Man, that thing made me so damn mad. And look, when when the truck pulled up, I was like, what's going on? I said, I told him to come and get this shit. He said, well, how you gonna get to work tomorrow? I said, shit, I got vacation time. I'm taking 2 goddamn weeks off. I'll figure it out. And let me tell you something. From that day, and that's been many years ago. Listen, that's been many years ago. From that day to this, they ain't never got another dime from me. So look, this too shall pass. Don't let nothing wear the hell out of you. Shit. Hey Shirley. But yep, or you said hide behind their parents. Oh, you talking about the kids, they hide behind their parents. Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't let nothing worry me like that. Don't let nothing worry you. Don't get stressed out about nothing. Cause there ain't nothing worth all of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get stressed out about nothing. Just pay that daggone mortgage and start putting your food in your house and stuff like that and getting your water together. 10 cases per person in your house is what you need that's gonna hold you down for at least 72 hours. The rest catch that rainwater. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the other side, baby. I see y'all popping in here. Hey Shirley, hey everybody. Look, but I'm gonna get off here, y'all, because I can talk. Y'all know I can talk. But the main thing is y'all got the main point of the thing. And if you're mad, it's because if you're mad about this thing that I'm talking about, or you feel some type of way, y'all, revamp that. Because chances are you know you ain't do right as a parent, or you know somebody they do right. You know what I'm saying? You know, just do better. And if you got grown children, y'all, let me say this too. If you got grown children and stuff like that too, it's never too late to correct any problems that y'all may have with one another. You know, because I know sometimes people think that relationships can't be mended, but they really can. They really can. All with a conversation and honesty. But both parties have to be willing to be honest about what happened in that relationship. Parent may think, well, I did the best that I know how, and I did this and I did that. You know, like they were like got these all these stars and shit. And the child may look at it, well, yeah, yeah, mama, or yeah, daddy, you said you did this, but I felt this way when you was feeling like you did this and you did that. Okay, so somebody need to apologize to somebody, and it's okay to do that. You got to put your pride aside sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to put our pride aside and say, okay, I fucked up. You know, I'm not perfect, you know, and I'm glad we had this conversation and move forward, right? Yeah. If you're gonna kumbaya with anybody, do it with the person that came out of your body or the person that you produced. If you're gonna kumbaya with anybody, fix that first. Fix them relationships first, right? Because yeah, it's worth it. Okay, because again, you never know who hands you might fall into. Shit, you know? Yeah. So why not fall into the hands of somebody that love you for real, even though y'all have misunderstandings. Yeah, now there you go. Now y'all don't got my brain. I don't got y'all don't got me. Guess what? Let me put my camera on so y'all can see me. And I'm gonna give y'all a little chill. Let me put my where that thing at? Where the camera thing? Here we go, y'all. Look. Where the camera at? I'm trying to take this thing off. This thing don't want to come off. I want to show you I got my little drink right here. I'm gonna take this, drink this, and then water down till I'm gonna drink this and I'm not. Here I go. Look, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Here you go, y'all. Look. See? Y'all see? I got this little drink. You see how the water that came all on top of me talking and sweating? Look, I'm tired, y'all. I put in some serious work today on that, y'all. That he got my fat ass. So I'm in here. I don't take that shower. I'm gonna sip on this right here, and it's gonna be a wrap. So I hope y'all guys have a good night. I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream and I taught y'all something, or something resonated with y'all. You know what I mean? Talk to somebody that y'all know about with these babies, y'all. Talk to somebody. Tell them something. Great live, Miss Your Thoughts. See you the next time. Thank you, baby. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. You're welcome. Look, bye, everybody. Hit the like button on your way out for me, okay? Thank y'all. Look, Russell, thanks for the gas money. Thank y'all too for typing. I appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Collins. I will. Thank y'all. See y'all later. Let's see. Good night. Oh, this thing ain't going off. It ain't going off, y'all. The thing won't even go off. Oh, there you go. There you go.